Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellen and in this video I am doing a reading vlog. I am in a new location. As you can see, we are in an Airbnb. We are visiting some family and that is why we are in a new place. But I just wanted to start a reading vlog so I can take you guys along on our vacation and just show you snippets here and there. We are going to the Oregon coast, so you guys know what that means. I have to tackle my August TBR, so I am bringing Sandpiper Cove by Irene Hannon. I talked about these books in my grandparent recommendation video. I'll have it linked down below. I have not started this yet, but I brought this because I was like, what better way to start this book, which is set at the Oregon coast, than reading it at the Oregon coast. So I'm really excited to get to this one. This one is about the Hope Harbor police chief and Adam Stone, the ex-con. So I'm really interested in how that romance goes. I am also 35 pages away from finishing For the Wolf, and I'm gonna finish it right now. I wanna finish it before we head to the coast tomorrow. And I won't say too much until I actually finish it, but I am really enjoying it and I'm excited to see how the ending goes. If for some reason I'm able to finish this at the coast before we leave, I do have Warbreaker with me as well. So anyway, I just wanted to say hi, start the vlog, and hopefully take you guys along with me on parts of my vacation. And then this vlog will probably go on afterwards because we are pretty busy. I might not get to vlog very much. So hello, welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe to see more videos from me, and I will be back soon with an update.
Oh! You got attacked. Yeah. This is fully open.
Hello, time for a reading update. You can tell I'm in a new location yet again. We are at the Oregon coast doing a vacation with family. So we originally visited my parents and my sibling, and then now we are at the coast. Sorry for whispering, it is late and my child is sleeping. But I wanted to say I finished For the Wolf by Hannah Whitten and I gave it 4 stars. I will tell more of my thoughts in an August wrap up, but overall I really liked it, gave it 4 stars. I'll say a little negative comment, but then I'll say some positive later to end on a positive note. But it did read a little young, like it did get kind of dark at times, and if you are at all queasy about blood or cutting or anything like that, this probably isn't the book for you. It kind of reminded me of Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. I mean, the reasons for cutting and using blood is a little different, but it's sort of the same concept. So if you're not into hearing about blood or why blood is like important for magic and stuff like that, then this might not be the book for you. But in my opinion, I don't mind that as much. It's more just like it could have gotten way darker. I feel like this would have been better suited as an adult novel, just because I feel like the romance was a little bit cheesy and just a little young, especially for the kind of circumstances that they're in. Red is 20 and the other guy is older. Not like super old, but he, because of magic, he's centuries old, but he's still young, like in his 20s in his body. But anyway, it just seemed kind of young considering how old they were, and I just felt like if it was an adult novel, we could have gotten more of a mature romance, and also the magic system and everything. I just really felt like it would have put that story up to the next level, if that makes sense. But I still really enjoyed it. Things that I really liked were the side characters, Fief and Lyra. I didn't care so much for the sister, but I'll tell my reasons later. But overall, it was a good story. I really liked the atmosphere, the woods. I really liked the folklore and just figuring out the world. It was really fun and fascinating, and I did end up liking the main character, Radaris. Also, Eamon, I think is how you say, the wolf. So overall, 4 stars. I really loved it. And because I am at the Oregon coast, I had to bring Sandpiper Cove by Irene Hannon. This book is set in the fictional town of Hope Harbor in Oregon, and I am in Oregon at the coast. So of course I had to bring this, and I'm pretty sure Hope Harbor is fictional. I don't think it's a real place, but it's supposed to be set close to Coos Bay, if you're familiar with the Oregon coast. And I am currently, how many pages in? I'm currently already on page 179 of this book. Whoops. I'm already on page 179, and you guys, I'm loving this. I think so far this is like my favorite Hope Harbor book. This is the 3rd one. I'm loving the slow build. I'm loving the main characters, Adam and Lexi. And oh my gosh, Lexi's son, Matt, is just precious, and Adam has an older dog that has been hurt, and Clyde, that beautiful dog. Like, this book is just honing in on second chances, learning from past mistakes, letting go of old wounds, and trying to find happiness, feeling like you deserve happiness. And I don't want to give too much away quite yet, but so far I am loving the romance in here. I'm also loving the side characters and just how other people are helping build Adam up. He is an ex-con. He was in prison for 5 years, sounds like for robbery, and he found, you know, solace in prison, actually, because he has not had a good life, and he's just turning his life around, and he ended up in Hope Harbor. It looks like he arrived about 16 or 18 months ago, just like a year and a half ago, and he's slowly immersing himself in the town, but not really. He lives like on the outskirts, but he's immersing himself in, like, he has a job, he has people he works with that he enjoys, but otherwise he's a loner, although he does like to help with like community projects, and he's just so kind, but he doesn't hide it because he's afraid of being judged for his past. And yeah, just figuring out, like, you know, your past doesn't have to hold you. Just because we've made mistakes before does not mean that they have to define you for the rest of your life. And just how second chances are possible. And Adam is trying to help this kid that's going down this delinquent path, like what he went down when he was around that kid's age, around 15. And just seeing him trying to help this other kid out so he doesn't fall under the same kind of influences that he did when he was young, it is just so heartwarming. I will let you know final thoughts, but I am already loving this. I'm about halfway through, so I will check back in when I have more to update. Last morning at the Oregon coast. Okay guys, I am back home. I feel clean. It's been a really fun couple days, but it was also hectic with unpacking and everything, but I'm so glad to be home at the same time. We had a great time at the coast. It was my daughter's first time going into the waves and everything, and like, due to privacy, I'm not going to be showing pictures of my husband or daughter on here, but I do enjoy talking about them and spending time with them, of course. So I just wanted to let you guys know. But my daughter had a wonderful time. She was a little afraid of the ocean at first, but eventually she had a great time, and she kept saying, "Wawa, wawa," and she was so excited. And the aquarium at the coast was not as big of a hit as I thought it would be. I mean, the fish are pretty scary though. In any case, I wanted to wrap up this reading vlog. I wanted to give more concise thoughts because I was a little bit all over the place before. So first, I'm going to be talking about For the Wolf. I finished this at the beginning of my vacation with my family, and I overall enjoyed it. I believe I gave it 4 stars, and I will continue on with this series. What I liked about it was some of the magic system was pretty cool. It's probably not for you if you're scared of blood or hearing about cutting and things like that. It is necessary for this kind of magic, but if you're not into that, or if you get queasy, you probably might not like this. But I really enjoyed some of the folklore elements. The atmosphere was really nice. I did like the sisterly love and devotion that they had to each other. Rhaenyra and Nivara, I think. I'm probably wrong. They go by Red and Neve. Red and Neve have a really strong bond. They're twins, and I love seeing that sisterly devotion. I thought it was sweet. Some minor critiques, though, is there are times when the descriptions in this book didn't quite make sense. Like when she's describing, the author is describing the atmosphere or like the logistics of like where things are, or describing like an action scene. Some of it didn't quite connect very well, in my opinion, so I had to like stop and reread it several times, and I'm like, okay, I think I get what's going on, but it wasn't quite clear, and I just kind of like, whatever, I'm gonna move on. So there were several instances where it wasn't quite clear to me, and it was a little confusing. Another thing is I really just felt like Neve was a little dumb and naive. I appreciate the sisterly affection, like I mentioned before, but I just kind of feel like if she just used her brain a little bit, she probably would have kind of seen some of the things that were going on. If you've read this book, then you probably know what I'm talking about. I just kind of felt like things were a little obvious on her end, because you do get little snippets of her perspective on what things are going on in their kingdom while Red goes to the woods. So I kind of felt like that was a little dumb. And also Red's relationship with Eamon, I think it's pronounced Eamon, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I think their relationship was sweet. It wasn't like they fell madly in love right from the start kind of thing, but like their romance would seem pretty childish at times. Like they would get kind of embarrassed or like shy and whatever in like a really childlike manner that I kind of feel like you would maybe feel when you're 13, maybe not when you're 20 and however old Eamon is. So I felt like that was a little childish, especially since Red is 20. I feel like this really would have benefited if it was an adult novel. I feel like the relationship could have really developed more deeper. There could have been more conversations about what's going on, and I feel like, you know, like a deeper insight into their relationship would have been really suited for this, and it would have matched kind of the atmosphere more. And I just kind of feel like the childish elements of their romance kind of made this book seem like not sure of its target audience. Like, is this YA or is this new adult, or like, what is this? It was a little confusing. Of course, overall, I liked it. I will continue on, but I kind of hope in the next book the romance matures a little bit, and hopefully some of the characters are not as naive. I do really like the side characters, Lyra and Fief, I think. I'm so bad at name pronunciation sometimes. In any case, I really like those side characters. I thought they were really sweet and they're very devoted. So yeah, overall 4 stars. And I finished Sandpiper Cove by Irene Hannon. I already turned it in to the library, so I don't have it to show, but I finished it, and it might be my favorite Hope Harbor book so far. So that is the 3rd book in this series. We're following Lexi and Adam is an ex-con. You kind of find out in little snippets of his backstory that he was arrested for robbery and he did 5 years in prison. And during prison, the Reverend that lives in Hope Harbor, he visited Adam's prison and did some work with the convicts and convinced Adam to move to Hope Harbor after he was released. So that is why he's in Hope Harbor. He's been in Hope Harbor for 18 months at the start of the story, and he found this dog on the side of the road like 2 months into living in Hope Harbor. he was badly limping. It looks like he got hit by a car and was abused. And Adam took him to the vet, and that dog has been his only companion since. And his name is Clyde. He's the sweetest little dog. I love like an animal companion. And Lexi, on the flip side, she is the chief police in Hope Harbor, and she was previously like an international police person. Like she was doing time like in Turkey. So she's really like into keeping the justice and peace, and she was really career oriented. And you kind of find out that she had a dark past, which is why it led her to come back to Hope Harbor. You found out she was previously married, but he's out of the picture. You just know that her husband died, but no one knows how he died. And she came home with a young boy, like her son, Matt. And so you don't really know the full story there. Lexi lives with her mom, so it is a 3-generation house. And it is just really sweet to see their romance blossom, like how it started. I really liked how Adam got to mentor like a young teenager that seemed to be going down a similar path that Adam did when he was that age. And he got to kind of be like almost like a fatherly friend figure to that boy, and kind of give that boy a chance that he never got, that he wished he had. And overall, this book was just really great. Like the things you find out about their stories, Adam's past, Lexi's past, and I just loved Brian, the teen that's kind of having trouble. Like I think the reason this story resonated with me this much is because I grew up in a small town in Oregon, and some of the situations that this teenager was going through really kind of resembled some of the classmates I knew. Like their living situations, their parental situations, some of the struggles that they faced. I feel really fortunate that I grew up in a really loving home, loving parents and everything like that. So it just really reminded me of some of my classmates and some of their situations and the things that my town had to deal with in terms of some bullies and just stuff like that. And I think that's really why it resonated a lot with me. I do think like the only critique I have is I feel like the ending wrapped up a little too quick. I would have liked a little bit more detail in terms of fleshing out the storylines a little bit more. I feel like we got a really touching scene at the end, and then boom, epilogue. And the epilogue it was like kind of disjointed from like the ending scene of like the main part of the book and then the epilogue. I feel like there was a little bit of a disconnect there. But in any case, 5 stars. It was really great. It was the perfect read for the beach since it's set on the Oregon coast. And yeah, it was just really amazing. I was really glad that I got to read it at the coast. And now that I finished 2 pretty good books, I'm gonna pick up something else from my TBR. I have kind of strayed from my August to be read list a little bit, but I'm gonna try to get back on track now that it's halfway through the month. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about these books or any comments, like did you read these books? What ratings did you give them? Did you agree with me on my assessment of For the Wolf? Because I know that it is kind of going around BookTube right now. So I want to know if anyone else has liked it or if someone didn't like it. Please let me know. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.